You were sold a fairy tale. They told you that relationships, romantic, social, professional, are built on equality, unconditional love, and mutual sacrifice. This is the beautiful lie whispered to the sheep to keep them docile and easy to slaughter. In the cold reality of the world, every relationship is a silent, relentless negotiation of power. If you do not see this, it is because you are the one being controlled. You are the one who loves more, gives more, compromises your own soul for scraps of affection, and then wonders why you are left feeling empty, resentful, and powerless. You believe your unconditional love is a virtue. It is not. It is a strategic blunder. It signals to the other person that you are a limitless resource, and a limitless resource is, by definition, worthless. Machiavelli never wrote about love, but he understood human nature with a clarity that is terrifying. He knew that men are ungrateful, fickle, simulators, and dissimulators. He understood that affection is a temporary weather pattern, while self-interest is the unwavering force of gravity. The first ruthless tactic to control any relationship is to surgically remove the fantasy of unconditional acceptance from your mind. You must stop being a participant in the romance and become a cold, detached strategist observing the power dynamics. Who needs whom more? Who is more afraid of being alone? Who sets the terms of engagement? Who is the first to apologize after a conflict? The answers to these questions reveal the true architecture of power in your relationship, an architecture that has nothing to do with love and everything to do with leverage. The prey enters a relationship hoping to be completed. The predator enters a relationship to advance his position. The prey sees their partner as their whole world. The predator sees their partner as a valuable, but not essential part of his empire. This difference in mindset is everything, because the person who is willing to walk away holds all the power. Your weakness is your fear of the void, your terror of being alone. This fear makes you predictable. It makes you compromise on your standards, forgive disrespect, and accept terms that slowly erode your own sovereignty. You are negotiating from a position of desperation. The predator, however, cultivates a life so complete, a mission so compelling, that the relationship is a strategic alliance, not a desperate necessity. He is not afraid to be alone. He is afraid of being weakened by a bad alliance. This is the foundation upon which all control is built. Before you can control the relationship, you must first become a world unto yourself. Once you understand that every relationship is a game of leverage, you must learn the weapons of this silent war. The prey uses blunt instruments, pleading, arguing, demanding. These are the tactics of the powerless, and they only reveal desperation. The predator uses a far more sophisticated arsenal of emotional leverage. These are the ruthless tactics that shape the dynamic from the inside out, making the other person choose the behavior you desire. The first weapon is the strategic control of affection. The prey gives affection freely, unconditionally. It is abundant and therefore it is cheap. The predator treats affection, praise, and attention as currency. It is a reward, dispensed strategically for behavior that aligns with his standards. Loyalty, respect, effort. It is withheld as a consequence for behavior that does not. This creates a powerful dynamic of incentive. This is not about being cold or cruel. It is about applying the fundamental law of value. By making your validation a scarce and valuable resource, you train the other person to earn it. They begin to subconsciously adjust their behavior to gain the reward of your approval, which you now control completely. The second weapon is the cultivation of a subtle, constant fear of loss. Machiavelli's principle that fear is a more reliable bond than love is paramount. In a modern relationship, this fear is not of violence, but of absence. The predator ensures that his value is so high, and his independence so absolute, that the other person's greatest fear becomes a future without him. You achieve this by never making them the center of your universe. Your mission, your ambition, your self-development must always be your true north. They are a welcome addition to your world, but never the world itself. This creates a quiet insecurity in them. They know that your orbit does not depend on them, which makes them work harder to remain in it. While the prey is terrified of being left, the predator creates a reality where his partner is terrified of being left behind. The third weapon is to become the mirror of their best self. The predator studies his partner's ego, their deepest and most cherished image of themselves. If they see themselves as a brilliant intellectual, You engage them in deep conversation. If they see themselves as a free spirit, you celebrate their spontaneity. You become the one person in the world who seems to validate the version of themselves they most want to be. This creates an addiction. They become addicted to the feeling they have when they are with you. Once this addiction is established, you hold immense power. You are no longer just a partner. You are the source of their deepest validation. And the power to give that feeling and to take it away is the ultimate lever of control. You are not controlling them. You are controlling the feeling they are desperately chasing. The active use of emotional leverage solidifies your position. The final stage is to make your control effortless and permanent. This is the end game, where the dynamic is so firmly established in your favor that you rarely need to pull the levers at all. Your presence alone maintains the order you have created. This is achieved through two final ruthless principles: indispensability and the willingness to destroy. First, you must become indispensable, but on your own terms. The prey tries to become indispensable by being a servant, always available, always helpful. This makes him easily replaceable by a better servant. The predator becomes indispensable by becoming the exclusive source of something his partner cannot get elsewhere. This is not about providing comfort or convenience. It is about providing a rare intellectual stimulation, an unparalleled ambition that inspires them, a profound stability that anchors them, or a strategic vision that elevates them. You must identify a deep, high-level need they have and become the sole provider for that need. When you are the source of something so essential to their growth or identity, leaving you becomes an act of self-mutilation. They become dependent on you not for day-to-day needs, but for their own evolution. This is the highest form of leverage, to be intertwined not with their life, but with their destiny. The second and final principle is the ultimate expression of power, the genuine, unwavering willingness to walk away. The ultimate control in any relationship is held by the person who is least afraid of it ending. You must cultivate this power within yourself. This is not a bluff. It is not a threat you make in an argument. It is a cold, silent certainty in the core of your being that you would rather be alone in your kingdom than a king in a compromised alliance. When the other person feels, not hears but feels, that you are completely willing to burn the entire relationship to the ground to uphold your standards, all of their power to manipulate you evaporates. Their threats of leaving become hollow. Their emotional dramas become meaningless. They know they have reached a hard limit. Your absolute sovereignty. This willingness to destroy is the final guarantee of your control. It ensures that the relationship will always exist on your terms, because the alternative for them is the abyss of your absence. This is the ruthless path to control. It is not about shouting commands or making demands. It is a silent psychological art. It is about understanding the raw, unfiltered truth of human nature and using it to architect a dynamic that serves your power and preserves your freedom. The prey will call this cold. The predator will simply call it reality.